Hey everyone, welcome. Today, surprise, surprise, I have some new road shoes. I have so many road shoes these days, I almost feel like the road shoe guru. But today we have the DMT KR3 road shoes. Their top of the line is the KR1. I saw these at a good price, so that was really why I bought these. And they were a full carbon sole, and I like the color as well. I wanted to have a departure from white. Usually I'm buying white road shoes, and I saw these and I just like them. Italian flair, I guess, the Italian style. So I bought these ones, and I want to go over just some of the things that might help you make a decision about these shoes, whether to buy them or not. One thing I would say from the outset is I have a 43 here, and I'm normally a 43, but these shoes do run big, so keep that in mind. I would recommend, and DMT themselves recommend, that you take a half size down. So really I needed a 42.5. So keep that in mind when I talk about the tightening of the boa dial, because that has a large bearing on whether you get the right size or not. And unfortunately, I have the wrong size here. But I wouldn't say that it's really, a bad thing. It isn't really terrible. But I wish I did get the 42.5. So some things that I wanted to tell you about these. Firstly, it's a knitted upper. It's a fully knitted upper. This blue part here that you can see, it is quite dense and quite stiff. It's not like you would imagine of a knitted shoe, or not what I imagined anyway. But then the black is really vented and soft, and this is where the airflow really comes through, is the black part, all of these black parts here. This is just like a normal, a PU leather, whatever shoe, I didn't notice any difference in that regard. So all of your venting is here, and the two vents that you have underneath here, you have two vents at the front of the shoe. So that's where the ventilation comes in. And the one thing that I think it will be good for the summer, if I can get it out, is the insole. The insole, I'm hoping you can see that well. It is fully aerated. It's got holes everywhere in it. So that is going to help the air come under your foot, and dissipate heat away from your foot. So I think that is going to be a good thing for the summertime. But at the moment in Korea, we are in the winter, so it's not really helpful. Although I did ride these in 10-degree temperatures, and I didn't feel cold, but hey, I don't suffer from cold feet anyway on the bike, or not much. So yeah, good ventilation. That is one thing about this shoe for definite. I think that will be a good thing in the summer, but don't think that the blue part is going to give you ventilation, because it isn't. This here, where your foot goes in, is almost like a sock. It's so comfortable. I can't stress how comfortable these shoes are. Really, really comfortable. And I didn't notice any problem with support here. So I didn't notice, that it didn't give any support, or that it wasn't good for power transfer, like my foot was moving around like a noodle in there. No, it was just like any other shoe. So top marks for that. It's really comfortable, and I don't notice any difference to any other kind of shoe that I've worn before. Also the heel inside, I hope you can see this. Inside here there are some bits of rubber in there, which are meant to hold your heel in place. Different companies have different ways of doing it. They have like cat tongue material, some of them, but this is rubber, and I did find it good at actually holding my foot in place. But because the sizing is a little bit big, I did have to crank down the boa a bit too much. And so I felt the wires here, if you can see, the wires on the front here, or on the top, I should say, the wires were digging into my foot, and I did notice that. But please realize that that is because I've got the wrong size. If I had the right size, I wouldn't have needed to tighten them that much. So it is to do with the sizing and not with the design of the shoe. That's what I'm trying to say to you. The boa dial, great. It's an IP1 boa dial. So that just basically means that you can tighten it and you can loosen it, which is great, because I have other shoes where I cannot do that. And I cannot stress how good that is to have that, adjustability on the fly when you're riding. So that's a definite plus. And even though this is not the top of the range model, the KR1 being the top, you still get the IP1 boa dial on it. So I did appreciate that. And I appreciated the upper and the comfort of it. And you may have seen it described like being sock-like and things like that on the internet. And it is definitely true. And so I did like that. As I spoke before, you have the two vents. But for me, the carbon sole is another reason why I bought these shoes. It was price, but also I wanted a full carbon sole. And this sole is stiff. And I have used many different shoes now, and full carbon. I've used top end shoes as well, and these are as stiff as anything that I've used before. I really cannot recommend them highly enough to anybody who's racing, anybody who wants to go fast, or just trying to do KOMs like I am. These are you're going to have no problem with power transfer, believe me. So don't worry about that. Don't think that you need to get the top one, the KR1. If you got the money, that's fine. But I think this is more than ample. It's more than sufficient for racing or anything else that you want to do. And I was impressed with it. Also, I liked the replaceable heel. That is a good thing. I know it's only a small thing, but if you like the shoes and you look after them and you want to keep them, if you haven't got a replaceable heel like I have on some of my shoes, then you just have to bin them, even if they're still in good condition. But these, I think it's a winner, putting that on there as well, even though it isn't the top of the range model. So I appreciate that as well, the fact that they did that. So all in all, the shoes, in my opinion, I bought these from Bike 24 on the internet, and I think that I know they were 163 euros. I had to pay for shipping, but when you look at that, that's only just over a couple of $100, and I thought, wow, you are getting a good deal for that amount of money with these shoes. So I would highly recommend them, guys. But like I said, make sure you try them on in a store if you can before you buy them. And they do the half sizes, like I've said. So I really needed a 42.5, 42.5, But here I'm living on an island off the coast of Korea. So it's very difficult for me to go to a shop that actually sells them. But for you, it might be easier. You can just go down to the high street. But definitely get them fitted, or try them at least, and then you will find your size. If you do that, these shoes are amazing. And the style of them, fantastic. Love them. Everything about them, I got nothing bad to say. Even this digging in is only because the size is a little bit big and I had to crank it up a bit. And so, highly recommended, guys. Hope it helps you. Please leave a like or a subscribe if you like this kind of thing. If you are interested in knowing more about road shoes and the bike that I'm riding, if you like this kind of content, please think about subscribing. And thanks now, and have a great day. See you.